Get ready, get ready, get ready. It's Let's Talk Business with Cheryl J. Cusseau. And I am here with some of my co-hosts. It's really SJC and Company. It's our third anniversary. So happy anniversary to Let's Talk Business with SJC and Company. Could not have done it without my amazing co-hosts. And it starts with Derek Blue, the CEO of the THAP Group. We also have Mrs. Jeanette Diva J. Horde Smith from the very, very beginning. Dr. Shanae Davis of Your Best Use, probably wrapping up with a patient as we speak. And she came and joined us just a couple of months later. And that's Al Diva of Al Diva Couture Boutique, Linda. I see you, fabulous as ever. And who is joining us, will be joining us on the fourth hour of our show, is Kalia Campbell O'Neill of KCD Designs, who is traveling. But we are so excited because it took all of you to make this show what it is today. And here we are. Who knew? 3 years later. Honestly, all praises to God. Could not have made it happen without my huge supporters, Daryl Johnson and Tampa Bay Tammy. Tampa Bay Tammy. She was such an encourager to me to say, go on, girl, you got this. And so 3 years later, I guess we got it. So thank you to In Touch News, In Touch News Radio, the engineers that have been there to help and support us. And certainly as we named him pretty much at the beginning of our show series, DJ CEO. Again, we say thank you. A special thank you. You're going to hear from our co-host in just a moment. A special thank you to the many guests, the amazing guests, really, literally from all over the world that we were blessed to have on our show. And all praises go to God Almighty, who makes it all possible. We are blessed to have joined us, one of our sponsors, the Moffitt Cancer Center, the core of making and healing people, an amazing mission. And for them to want to come on and support us, and the number of doctors that we have had to come on the show from Moffitt Cancer Center. We'll hear a little more about them in our break. But let's talk to the ladies who are here. They're extremely busy. We're going to talk about some of our favorite shows. But you know, a thing happened yesterday, and I'll let Diva J say a little something about it. And to my engineer of Let's Talk Business, who makes it all possible, he's always behind the scenes. He's been with us from the very beginning. You will never see him on camera. And that is my admin, Dwight Ricky Cusseau Jr. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ricky. And the gentleman that allows me to be me and to make things happen, my heartbeat, my husband, Robert Allen Cusseau Sr. Of course, all of my children, all 5 of my heartbeats. Diva J.
So first of all, congratulations, on so many things, right? Wow. So congratulations on 3 years to Cheryl Cusseau and all of the partners. It has been an honor. I remember when you called and said, hey, Diva J, I'm putting the show together and I want you to be a co-host. So it's crazy to think that it's been 3 years. So I want to say thank you for even inviting me to join you on this journey of getting all up in people's business. And so it has certainly been great because of you and because of this show. It has allowed me to meet some phenomenal people who I would have never met, right? Especially in the world of COVID. So this show for me personally has just been such a blessing. And I hope that we've been able to be blessings and resources to all of the viewers who watch Let's Talk Business with Cheryl Cusseau week after week with so many dynamic speakers. So congratulations on 3 years. I'll hold off. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell them the big congratulations news just yet, but I will say to our fellow co-hosts, El Diva and Dr.
Davis.
There she is, Dr. Davis. Congratulations, and it's such a journey to be alongside you leaders in helping to form the community and shape our leaders of tomorrow.
All right, well then I will let you wait. Let me make sure to my technical assistant, are you putting, I see a little message. Let me take this opportunity. She stood by our side at the very, very beginning. And because of her expertise in the medical profession, a catalyst in helping us to garner the support of Moffitt Cancer Center, she comes on the second hour of every show. My friend and my co-host, Dr. Shanae Davis of Your Best You. Happy anniversary.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for this cool introduction and also for the opportunity to be a part of this show. Congratulations to Let's Talk Business and Cheryl J. Cousseau and DSI and for our, community, representative and unsung hero in Cheryl. And I swear, I didn't know what Black Pages of Tampa, was. I got here 18 years ago, of course. My family moved down here from Tallahassee, and I came to know many community leaders, and it was just by proxy of DSI that I actually learned of Cheryl, and also, shout out to Albert Lee and BBIC and all they do in collaborating with 5508 and our whole Black business consortium and Little Wakanda. And Derek, over there, I came to put literally Cheryl with DSI, the Tampa Black Pages, and all of these awesome leaders that, I found in there. And as I came to become, more involved in the Tampa community myself and open a business, I just knew it was something that I needed to be a part of. So through all of what you do, that's how our connection came to be, and how I came to be a part of Let's Talk Business. And the second hour has been an absolute blessing to our community, to me, in advertising, the cool picture that that I use on my appointment cards. Those were Cheryl's photographers. So I've been blessed hand over fist through patience, through awareness of what I've learned on the show, through connections via DSI and Cheryl, certainly through Jeanette, Diva Hodge. Shout out to you and your beautiful family too. Through my bling that I get from Linda and the couture, sometimes we, are blessed with our breast cancer awareness shirts and things like that. So just in all the many ways that we are connected, it's amazing blessing to be a part of the success that has been Let's Talk Business over the past 3 years.
Yes, and I think it should be Let's Talk Business with SJC and Company.
Yeah.
You guys have been with us from the very beginning, and I thank you so much. You're just like a sister to me. She's my little sister. We're 25 and 28, so respectively. And 100 times thank you. 100 times thank you. You guys have just been with me through some difficult ordeals, and most of our audience don't even know the health issues my husband has been struggling with, and by the grace of God, he's with us today and can't be on the show to help us celebrate, but he is definitely here in spirit and still allows me to do this. One of the things I appreciate most about this show and my team of co-hosts during the pandemic, 2 years later, we never missed a beat. And you could be at the mall, or not at the mall, but just having a conversation with someone, and they'll tell you about what a particular show meant to them. And I got to say, from the medical perspective side, Dr. Davis, and all of the experts that you brought to the show, the caliber of people that came and walked us through this historic pandemic, we can only just be thankful to all of them. And you guys are going to get to talk about your first show, but I just had to say that, and we're going to segue, because we were all in bling at Your Best You when we did our breast cancer awareness month, and that was August 2020. Ricky, if you can find a clip of that would be great. But let's hear from, she talks to us about fashion and fun and just all things bling. That's because she's an entrepreneur. She's a corporate medical exec. Aldiva, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary and congratulations, Cheryl. I tell you, I am just so honored, and it's such a privilege to be on the show and to be with these amazing women and Mr. Blue, and it's just an honor. And you are such a visionary. When you asked me to come on the show and be a co-host, I never had the foresight of what this show would really do for the community, for my business, the connections that I would make, the networking opportunities. It has been such a blessing, and you are a blessing. You have blessed everyone that comes into your realm, gets to know you. I remember I met you at one of the I think it was the Black Expos, and I was walking around and talking to some of the vendors there, and I met a young lady that says, anything that Cheryl does, be a part of it, because she does it in big. She does it big and she does it excellent. And this is what you've done with this show. For 3 years, this show has been going, and as you said, has not missed a beat. And it's just a great quality show. I hear from people and say, hey, you're on Let's Talk Business show with Cheryl. I love that show. I've learned so much and has connected me with the community. And it's just a great show. So congratulations, Cheryl. I thank you for being my friend, for being my mentor. And I wish this show many, many more years to go. And ladies, yeah, it's been an honor to be with you all. And I enjoyed every time that I'm here. I have a great time, fun time, talking about fashion and talking about fun and all the beautiful things that we all are made of. So congratulations, Cheryl. I look forward to continuing being your co-host and continuing to look forward to all the wonderful things that you're doing here in our community and connecting our community together.
Thank you so very, very much, Aldiva. And since you have the mic, you put on an amazing bazaar, the Jingle Bell Bazaar. Was that year 3?
That's year 3. Yes, ma'am. That was year 3. Really, really great. I tell you, it continues to grow year after year. Again, this year we'll be doing it, and we're going to add another element. So look forward to that. And hopefully I'll come back on the show and tell you all about that. But it's going to be a 2-day event. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Just growing, and the community's excited, and we've got some great sponsors.
But listen, that show, December 12th, 2021. And
yes.
Listen, Dr. Davis has been there. She's been to all of them as well, because she came to the first one, and then I saw her this last time, and to have that kind of support has just been phenomenal. But it was standing room only.
It was standing room only, and that's a great thing. It was a really good for the small businesses that were there. They got a great opportunity to showcase their wares and make some sales, and all the entertainers that came out. It was a great time, and we look forward to doing it every year.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to give a shout out to Naya's Lemonade, my granddaughter, who couldn't make our lemonade for this session because she's in school. And every restaurant, she's in 4 different stores now, and 2 hotels and 2 stores. When they sell out, that's it until she restocks. Can you imagine this little 13-year-old? But her business is hopping and popping. While you have the mic, one of your best shows, and then we're going to go to Diva J.
Okay. My best show was when we went live. We went down to the conference room, and we had all the ladies there, and we showcased all of the fashions, and we networked with some of the other entrepreneurs and boutique owners there. That was my favorite show.
My goodness.
Do you remember that one?
Denons and Pearls.
Denons and Pearls. Exactly. And I had so much fun. It was so much fun, and it was good to see the other boutique owners. I remember we had
Angie
from Styles and
Angie.
I can't remember Angie's last name, but she's right, yeah. And we all came out, and we all dressed up in our denims. We had our diamonds, and we were just blinging, and it was just a really, really fun time. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that
it
show.
was. You're right. We did do a live show, and we'll try to pull some of those segments and put them in an archive over in room Suite 20. We left this station, and Daryl said, "What's going on?" We had lunch. We had all these women that came in their denim and pearls, and Tampa Bay Tammy came and supported us
She
on the
did.
show with her pearls.
She
So that was
did.
a great show. You're right. That was a great show. Diva J, your favorite show?
Man, okay, so it was difficult. Because the thing about our shows that I enjoyed the most was really the expertise that was given. I mean, I feel like every guest we interviewed dropped life-changing nuggets. And so, but I would say that, okay, I have two, but one of my
Okay.
favorite shows was when we interviewed, I believe his name was Carlos with the SBA. It was right at the onset of the
Oh yeah.
pandemic, and he came and he really gave some great clarity and information about a lot of the COVID relief funds that were available to small businesses, organizations, and so forth. And that one, I mean, I remember after that episode, I was so excited that I did a live and was like, if you didn't watch it, I need you to scroll down and watch this episode because it can keep you in business throughout this pandemic, not knowing we would still be dealing with it 2 years later, right? So I think that that was definitely one of my favorite episodes. And then I would say my next favorite was when we interviewed Terry Daniel, Dr. Elizabeth Horge Freeman, and Robin Donaldson, and talking about how to do work with the University of South Florida. Another episode that I felt many nuggets were dropped, not just as it pertains to working with USF, but how to position your company for growth. I was most inspired in that episode by Robin's story. And just,
Yeah.
seeing this beautiful Black woman who's grown her business, who was employing other people, who
Yes.
was knowledgeable about so many things and was able to pave opportunities for the people that she was hiring. For me, that was personally really inspirational. Um, but there was so many of those moments. So, oh, it looks like we have a little snippet.
Oh my goodness. See, I tell you, I'm the best admin. Ricky, let her roll.
Supplies. And we have some amazing suppliers from our community right here in the Tampa Bay area that have really come on board, come beside us to learn those opportunities, to learn about how to do business with us, and they are now doing business with USF. So we're excited about that.
Awesome,
Awesome.
awesome, awesome.
Awesome. Yes.
Now, Ricky, there's also another clip that Diva J, I believe, put in our chat. So we get to play that one. You picked some great ones. I have so many, it's going to be hard for me. So I will save mine until the end. But we know that Dr. Davis has patience. So we're going to segue to Dr. Davis of Your Best You. What was your best show or one of your best shows?
Well, I think you kind of alluded to it. It was our first show on the go. It was, it was a show on the go. It was actually October of
October
19.
2019.
Yeah, because it was the fifth, hour of the month,
Right.
and we had 4 or 6 survivors
Yes.
of breast cancer in office, and we sat around a table and we talked about the experience of learning about breast cancer and being an African American woman, all the things that we have to deal with. It's the privacy in our culture, how we don't talk about things, barriers to care when it comes to being just having access to care, and also being uninsured or underinsured, perceptions of body image distortion, and how you're going to deal with whatever consequences come after that. And also we all were outfitted in these awesome bling shirts, so we looked great. I think
Check it out, Dr. Davis. Check it out. You see it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Remember 2 weeks ago, we were together doing our usual second Wednesday of the month show. Because of the response from whether it was our Facebook post or people calling the office or sending us an email or just saying, We enjoyed your show so much. Could you extend it? Would you do something different? What are you going to do in the future? Just questions started coming to us. And after conferring with my co-host, we always do a show on the go, and that's the fifth Wednesday of the month. And just so happens we have 5 Wednesdays of the month. And I said, why don't we host the show? We'll do the show after the show. And Dr. Davis said, why don't we do it
In the office.
your best you? And so, were you able to get a little panoramic view when you did your Facebook Live earlier?
Well, I actually,
Oh,
Yeah, so just taking a look at that. I had my faux dreads in when I was, considering, doing my big chopping if I was going to do it for real. I said, well, look at me 2 years ago. But anyway, so that was such a great show. It started light. We started in inquiry, but, we ended in passion and intrigued on, how can we do away with this void of information in our community, because knowledge is power. No one wants to hurt themselves on purpose, and that time delay, it is an injury. It is an injury. When we have opportunities for less invasive care, when we can save our own breasts, when we have, Moffitt is a NCI cancer center, and it's right in our backyard. We have all of these professionals here. We have the Sisters Network. Shout out to Melissa Vasquez and all the resources and free mammograms that she helps to provide for women in in our community, in Tampa Bay, all together. But those that have access issues, either underinsured or uninsured, because if you know that there's an issue there, we have opportunities for early intervention, and early intervention saves lives. So that was one of my most favorite shows because of the impact on life-saving information that we were able to afford for our community.
yes. And one of the guests, remember Joyce Austin? Some of the guests talked about their cancers, but Joyce was the only one that had multiple episodes with cancer.
I think it was like 4, if I'm not mistaken.
4 or 5, but it was just, and she said, I will be there. She wanted to share her story, and it was just so moving because she wanted to be a blessing to someone else, to encourage them and to let them know that if I can do it, you can too.
And that's the difference with cancer and with chronic disease altogether. It's the support. It's the knowledge. It's how we can motivate one another to have your condition seen about. We don't have to, ignore it, because ignoring it, it's not going to go away. But it does give us, opportunities for early, less invasive forms of treatment. And she was indeed, a blessing to the, because the others were there. They were younger, but at her, level of maturity, to have navigated cancer so many times, it just shows what access and support can do for the opportunities for survival.
Absolutely. And in touch, if you guys could hold off on a second, our co-hosts are just here briefly. We'll try to do some highlights on the second half of the show. You won't have the opportunity. We won't be chatting with them, but I do want to give thanks again, Dr. Davis. I do want to give, Diva J wanted to make an announcement.
Yes.
So Diva J, before we break for commercial, what happened yesterday?
Absolutely. It is my honor to be able to say congratulations to the Mrs. Cheryl Cousseau, who was honored yesterday by the Black History Committee, Tampa's Black History Committee Incorporated, honored Cheryl as an unsung hero. And I was there, I would say second row center, to make sure that I had her back, to make sure that this was a moment that was captured, because this was an honor that was beyond well-deserved. I loved how their slogan was Hidden Figures, and who better than Cheryl and the other honorees, of course, but I'm highlighting Cheryl right now. Who better than Cheryl than to be recognized as an unsung hero? I mean, for me, it's been that way my whole life. literally. And so congratulations to Cheryl. If you have your glass with you, I would like to do a little toast before we go into our second half to say toast. I'm gonna let you get it, Shani.
I'm gonna do sanitizer.
El Diva has her water. So this is a toast to Cheryl as one of our unsung heroes. And she's not hidden to her. To us, we see you and we thank you for seeing us. This is also a toast to all of our viewers who have been supportive over the past 3 years and beyond. This is a toast to my fellow co-hosts who are here and those who aren't here right now, to just say thank you for continuing to pave the way and for continuing to collaborate. So cheers to today.
3 years.
To you, Trailblazer.
That's sparkling grape, by the way, y'all.
It's communion, no matter what it is. It's communion. How about that? We're communing.
And let me take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you. I am so glad that God placed you each in my life. Yes, Diva J, I have known since before she was born. And a thing happened yesterday, and I'll take I'll talk about it after the break, because I know In Touch is ready to take a break. So we're going to go ahead and take a break now. And if you guys have to jump off, I know it, because you're very, very busy. And if I see you back on the other side of the commercial, great. If not, have a super day. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I love you all.
Love you too. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cancer affects everyone, but minority populations are often hit hardest. Moffitt Cancer Center is working to address the barriers that keep some groups from getting the care they need. African Americans develop cancer at a younger age, have more aggressive cancers, and experience worse outcomes than the general population.
While cancer treatment is evolving with precision medicine, who is being left behind? We know for many decades that some groups experience a greater burden of cancer than others. We can prevent it, we can detect it early. It's very beatable when we find it early. I have worked with cancer patients during their treatment. All cancer patients have courage.
So my treatment was about 18 months. I had 3 cancers and 7 surgeries. But my son told me, like, Mom, you're the strongest person that I know. Moffitt saved my life.
During COVID-19, Moffitt is a safe place for your cancer care. Call now to schedule an appointment.
Strong, beautiful women take charge of their lives, and it starts with learning the facts. Did you know that most women diagnosed with breast cancer have no known risk factors or family history, and it's more deadly for Black women than any other race or ethnic group? But it doesn't have to be. If you're over 40, regardless of your race or ethnicity, you need to get a mammogram every year. Early detection saves lives. Talk with your doctor about the best screening plan for a strong, beautiful you.
Champions don't quit, but there's one kind of quitter I admire: former smokers. If you're over 55 and still smoking, or even if you quit years ago, talk with your doctor about lung cancer screening, even if you have no symptoms. It's quick and painless. Lung cancer is the nation's most deadly cancer, but screening can better the odds. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. Together, we can be champions over cancer.
And we are back. It's our anniversary. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Business with SJC. And I've been here with three of my co-hosts that are here helping us celebrate the 3rd anniversary. I do want to say to Diva J, we are good. Thank you so much. For some reason, it's not going through the chat, but we are good. So we want to take the rest of this show just to kind of show some highlights of those that we have. DJ CEO, are you there? Can you come on for a second? And if not, again, let me take this opportunity to say a very special thank you to In Touch News Radio. Even during the pandemic, we weren't able to come into the studio, and we were trying to figure out and how we were going to navigate what we could do. And thanks to Zoom, we've been able to Zoom. We started Zooming the show at the beginning of the pandemic, and we are still Zooming the show to this very day. So a special thank you to our DJ CEO, and again to Tampa Bay Tammy and the engineers that have been in the studio helping us to navigate, even playing our anniversary song. It's our anniversary. We will, oh, he is, okay. Hey, Daryl. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. My best to Tampa Bay Tammy. Again, we're going to see what highlights. Ricky, were we able to capture the Diva J's highlight reel? And listen, for those of you, and I'll take this opportunity to say a special thank you to the committee. I have, they produced a calendar. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. A Hidden Figure calendar. It's a beautiful calendar, but a very, very special thank you to the chair, because that's an awesome responsibility. Celeste Giving Peoples and her committee, the City of Tampa Black History Committee, did an amazing job in producing their unsung hero celebration on yesterday. It was very, very well attended. We heard from Congresswoman Kathy Castor, and she talked about how proud she was to be able to say this is her hometown in the celebration of our mayor, Mayor Jane Castor. And Jane Castor, also made it just important for us to understand that Black history is America's history. It's all of our history. And to have Congressman Goose, Orlando Goose, City Councilman Orlando Goose to come on, maybe that's what's going to happen in the near future. And then we had Commissioner Gwen Myers that was there, and she got to share. We had a phenomenal guest speaker, and this young lady, I've had the opportunity, I've known her pretty much most of her life, and that's Tiffany Greenberry was our guest speaker, and as well an unsung hero, and she really broke it down. The city posted highlights from the event, so if you go to the City of Tampa's Facebook page, you will be able to see all of the honorees. Congratulations to every single one. There were 12 honorees. They produced a calendar, and in this calendar, and hopefully we can get a digital copy, that's Celeste Peoples, if you can see her. But the calendar, all of the honorees have a page a month in the calendar, and that made it really, really special. And if we get that digital copy, we will definitely bring it back to you. Diva, we were trying to let you know that we were okay, but I'm going to take a moment and let Diva J go ahead and say her goodbye since she's back on. Okay.
Absolutely. I was I had to take care of some things, and I was watching, and I said, well, let me hop in here because I can't let you talk about yesterday on your own. So let me show. But the event yesterday was just so phenomenal. You were saying Tiffany did an amazing job as the keynote speaker. And there was just so much power in the room, so much power in the room, sitting behind you, supporting you, and then realize I'm actually sitting behind, knowing it, but then it hitting. I'm sitting behind the first African American woman fire chief.
Yes.
You know, sitting next to the founder of this organization. You know, just you talk about being in the room, but then it's about knowing who you're next to.
And do you remember? And you were next to the founder of the City of Tampa's Black History Committee, Bobby Bowden. Yes. You were sitting next to the founder.
And the funny story is, and this is just a part of me not knowing, you know, I was trying to get close to you. So before I knew it was Bobby, I said, "Excuse me, sir, do you need that seat?" And in the middle of the program, he stands up as the founder, and I'm like, "Oh, you can have any seat you want." And so, but it was just great. I mean, it was a beautiful program, a beautiful ceremony, and it was just awesome. You truly deserve to be amongst those honorees yesterday. And it was just an amazing event.
Thank you so much. And let me tell you, while you're on, I got the most heartwarming letter from Kathy Stone. I wasn't able to read it until probably midnight last night, and my daughter was here, and I read it to her. And for people to take the time out of their busy schedules today and write such a letter, so heartwarming. She is an amazing woman, and you can certainly talk about her a little bit and what she's doing, because we have an event coming up. So let's go ahead and put that appeal out there. It's Black History Month, so now we're flipping from Cheryl to Diva J.
Absolutely. Well, Kathy Stone is our executive director here at Cornerstone Family Ministries, and she is a phenomenal woman. She's a phenomenal leader, and she's a phenomenal, faithful follower of Christ. And so it shows in everything that she does. And so, of course, when I told her that I needed to step away because you were being honored, she said, absolutely. And so I'm happy that she was able to reach out and send her congratulations to you. And that's just true to her style and who she is. And so, you know, there's no shame in my game about a plug. So coming up next with Cornerstone Family Ministries, we're in the middle of gearing up for our Wonder Walk. So our Wonder Walk is an annual event. This year is the 42nd annual Wonder Walk, 42 years. And so because last year it went so well when we did it as a virtual and in-person experience, we're going to do that same thing this year, where we will have walkers, over 700 walkers, walking all throughout the nation. Some will do it at their churches, at their homes, and then we're going to have 2 check-in points where our team will be. That's going to be at Hyde Park United Methodist Church for folks who want to walk along Bayshore Boulevard, and then also at Constitution Park at Redington Beach in Pinellas County for those who want to join us out there and walk on the beach. It's a beautiful experience. It's a great event for churches, for organizations that want to get their team members together, have a party on our dime. You know, just collect what you can to support the children. Our goal is to raise $150,000 in early learning scholarships, as we are hoping to open up a 3rd location where we will serve 0 to 5-year-old students. So we're upping up our ministry mission, which means we have to up the fundraising effort, but that's just more of a reason to extend our tentacles into the community and build those partnerships. So yes. So thank you so much for always allowing me to give my plugs.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about community. And when you were talking about Bayshore, and last year we couldn't do it, but I was thinking, my goodness, my first race, a walk that I did for the American Heart and Stroke Association, was on Bayshore. I started with the 5K, and I remember I went from the 5K, but I was inspired to help the American Heart Association, because African Americans, and by the way, happy Black History Month, but a representative came to our church, Diva J, and was sharing with us how difficult it was for our community to participate and support the marathons. And so I thought, well, wait, how far is a marathon? And my first thought was, God bless you. And we invited them to come and talk. Jolie Cooper, Jolie Cooper Nelson, and she was a member of our church at the time, New Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. and they met with a couple of our ministry leaders in the healthcare arena and missions, and we didn't have any takers. So I prayed about it, and I thought, wow, I've lost two grandmothers, paternal and maternal, from heart disease and heart attack and stroke. And I thought, wow, Cheryl, this would be a great opportunity for you to do something. And at the time, I had completed the 5K. I actually really went further than that, but I trained for it. And I realized that was just the Lord telling me, you're ready for this. And I trained for the marathon, and I ran for my church 26.2 miles. Yes.
Congratulations.
And I'm telling you, I was with a phenomenal group. I was with a phenomenal group. My group, it was widespread, but we raised $2 million for the American Heart Association.
Wow.
Yes,
wow. Now I will say there's not that much pressure with Wonder Walk. A majority of our participants, I would say, probably are 70 and older. So when we say Wonder Walk, an emphasis on walk at your leisure. And if you can't walk, just come and sit with us and pray for our children. But we do have those runners and those athletes, I'd say, who do run it. My husband's looking forward to running it. So
I don't think I'm going to be running, but I will do the walk.
awesome.
My son said, Mom, I want to run a marathon with you. You got another one in you. I was like, nope. That was a 50th anniversary gift to me as well, just to say that, I could do it. And it took a lot of training, but it was a lot of work, I'm telling you. And to have the support of the people to come out and just write those checks. I think it was just, is she really going to run 26 miles? And I think that's what did it.
And you said something that's key, and I want to make sure people know this. I am always available to come and speak at a church or at a group meeting or at a gathering or on a Zoom call. And what I've found is that it's all about relationships. And I want to be more intentional in developing and nourishing and nurturing those new relationships. And so if there's anyone watching that you think, okay, come to our church, let's figure it out. It may not be the walk. Maybe you all just want to come and read to the babies that are here. The whole goal is let's get the community involved and let's all work together. Let's figure out how we can collaborate in a way that's mutually beneficial. So that was so key. And I do have a couple of bookings coming up at some churches. So I want to put it out there so the community knows I am available to make those arrangements.
Awesome. I think just to be able to get out now and do some things, I'm certainly looking forward to it. And I must say this, you all, those that watch the show know I have 5 heartbeats. I have 5 children. And so shout out to Rocky and Alana and Yannick and my daughters, Eureka and Sharmeen. And they actually came out. My daughter, Alana, from North Dakota, I knew she wasn't able to make and wasn't going to be able to make the show, or the show, make the award ceremony, and I understood that. And so all of a sudden I turned around, and my daughter and son spent a day in the airport on 4 planes trying to get here to be a part of that. But in the interim, then I have those, there are just so many people to thank. But God has blessed me with a lot of girls that I get to be moms too. And they call me Mama Cousteau. And Jeanette came to me, DBJ came and said, I got you. We had a situation earlier that morning that just almost broke me down. And she said, I got you. And she did. She went and changed her seat, sat right behind me, tapped me on my shoulder to let me know that she was there. And I appreciate that. And I love you for that. And my other, Keisha wanted to make, she couldn't get to me, but she wanted to make sure. She was the first one that gave me the name Mama Cousteau. And that goes back probably 20 years. She was just getting out of college. And so to have my sisters, my 2 sisters, there were 3 of us. I lost one. We lost our older sister last year. But my ride or die sisters, to have Carolyn and Sandra to be right there at my side. I couldn't see any of them until the event was over. But to have my daughter Eureka to come, and her mom to be there, Aisha, just meant the world to me. And to have Christian friends, and God gave me one. She's a sister to me, Ingrid Daniels Young. like you, Diva J, her parents have adopted me because, you know, my mom died. I don't have any parents. I don't have any grandparents. And for them to have just welcomed me into their family, and that's Bishop and Pastor Johnson, I just love them so. And they were there. Matter of fact, they told me ahead of time, we will be there for you. And that's what I mean. And to have those types of persons. But Diva J, I thank you. I know you have to pop off, but you had my back yesterday, girl.
Absolutely. I hope you checked your phone. My goal was to make sure that for those who couldn't make it, you could show them some footage and they would be there in spirit. So again, congratulations, and I hope that you really were able to enjoy that moment.
I'll get to the phone later, but no, I just needed to chill out for a moment. Thank you so much. And I know we still have Aldiva on, but I wanted to take the opportunity, since she was talking about the Black History program on yesterday, and I'm hoping we'll have some of those highlights that we can share with you. But a special thank you to not only just my family, my close family, my nieces were there. I mean, so many people came. My church family was there, and that meant so much to have that. My colleagues and co-workers was there, and I thank you so much. I will not be able to call all of your names, but you know who you are, and you took time out of your busy schedule to come and be a part of it. But I do want to make sure that hopefully they'll put the video there and listen to Tiffany Greenberry's speech. She talked about the true hidden figures. We all have them in our lives, and hers started as her first babysitters, some of the first caregivers. But listen to it as she thanked her teachers and all of those that helped her parents to mold and make her into this phenomenal young woman that she is today. So a special thank you to all of the honorees that were there. There are 12 of them, including the chair of the committee. And so to have Celeste be there, it was just incredible. Aldiva, she is hanging in with us today. And if she's able to come back on, Ricky, do we have another clip that we can share now? I see that Jeanette has put maybe one of her favorite shows in our chat. But to you, our radio listening audience, when we first started, I'll never forget this. It was new to all of us, and trying to navigate with Facebook. We were in the station, and DJ CEO would say to us, please get off Facebook. Oh, I see the video clip.
CEO giving us the signal to go. It's happening today as we celebrate Black History Month. On this day, Wednesday, remember Wednesday, it will become a very special day. It is a very special day. So today, first we pause to thank God for an opportunity to be able to make a phenomenal connection here in the Bay Area. To say thank you to In Touch News Radio. To say thank you to DJ CEO. We started this last year during National Black Business Month. And thanks to the community and business partners, it was a very successful show. Now we have the opportunity to come back to you on a weekly basis. Let's talk business with Cheryl Clouseau. But I'm here today. Yes, love it. I'm here today with three phenomenal business individuals. To my left, Dr. Shanae Davis. Whoop, whoop. To her left, Mr. Derek Blue. That was a weak ooh.
I'm excited.
He's so excited. And to his left, Diva J. It's a new beginning. You're going to hear from all of us. Why are we here? To talk business. We want you to catch the show that will be all up in your business. Yeah. Yes. It starts with us. So I'm excited to be here as your host, Cheryl Jennings Clouseau.
Oh, wow. So I started that show with maybe every now and then I would put on some reading glasses. Well, today, so last month, I think it was, I am officially a prescription eyeglass wearer. Listening to Dr. Davis talk about in our hairstyles, and they do change. Wow, 3 years ago. That is just phenomenal. But I will ask Ricky to put the link for the City of Tampa's Black History program. It was a phenomenal program. I don't know if we have any more clips that we can play, but we've all talked about some of our favorite shows, and we have had a lot. My first guest, oh my goodness, she was just an incredible woman. We had met her. I actually got to design her 88th birthday party at the Robert Saunders Library, and they celebrated Dr. Clayton for the whole month. And it was a huge birthday celebration at the, I believe it was Hilton Waterside. She is still a trailblazer in broadcasting. She was a civil rights activist, walked alongside Dr. King. Dr. Zenona Clayton is an incredible woman. She wanted to call in at the beginning of the show, and something happened. She was there that weekend, but she said, I will be on your show. And I know we don't have that clip, but we may be able to pull it and grab the highlights. And she was in Atlanta, and we were able to kind of get her to come on the telephone. And that was just such a special, special time. And there's so many guests. When Maggie Anderson, the author of Our Black Year, she and her family spent an entire year supporting only Black-owned businesses. And some people may say, well, that's nothing. You can find Black-owned businesses. No. She and her family once had to drive 50 plus miles just to get to a Black-owned business for the product that they were looking for. And she stayed true to the mission. To have her come on the show, someone I met years ago, and we were bringing her on just before the pandemic, and things were just so crazy. She was coming to Florida. She had been here earlier and decided, I said, you know what? We can make this happen. And we did it virtually for National Black Business Month. She joined us for the entire month. She came on each Wednesday, and then it culminated with a book club, and it was a virtual book club. And to have her come on, Maggie Anderson, a phenomenal, phenomenal show. We have had others. As a matter of fact, one of my guests, Geraldine Williams, Esquire, one of the first African Americans to attend University of Florida. Talk about a trailblazer. She is getting ready to celebrate something that did not happen. Her great-great-grandmother passed, was buried in Zion Cemetery. That cemetery has a housing complex, Robles Park, built over it. She's done a lot of research. She was a guest on our show last March for National Women's History Month. And she will be coming on our show soon this month because she's planning a celebration to rightfully have a funeral for her great-grandmother and a repast. And she's going back to the site at Robles Park. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for information. But another one of our guests, she had been on the show before. One of my favorite guests, and Derek Blue will attest to this in the last couple of minutes that we have. Oh my goodness. Talk about a hidden figure. We call her the fourth hidden figure. She has just been an incredible woman, and that is Dr. West. Dr. West was on our show. We featured her actually twice for National Women's History Month, and then we brought her on the show, and we did a whole virtual book club, Mother's Day book club. And just that one day on the show, we had commitments for over 300 books. And I'm happy to say that Dr. West decided she wanted to autograph every single copy. Well, I'm happy to say that all of our guests and all of those that requested a copy has received an autographed copy from Dr. West. And guess what? There are more orders coming. There are going to be thousands of books. I don't think she'll be able to autograph all of those, but the support is still coming in. And to Dr. West and to her husband, Mr. Ira West, and to their daughter, Carolyn, I am still in touch with today. Making a difference. So I have too many shows to call them a favorite show. But one of my most moving shows was when I celebrated my birthday last year. And I wanted to do something for the nonprofits that I love and I've supported over the years. And I selected 10 of them and made a commitment to raise money for all 10 of them. And the first one that got the bulk of the money, which it was $6,400 for each one of them, was A Second Wish by Demetrius. For those people that joined into the Facebook campaign and offline and online, we raised just under $20,000. So we are going to keep that. So to all of you that are watching this show, you've watched the show, you may be tuning into the show later. Hey, let's continue this relationship. Let's continue to make a difference. Continue to invite us into your homes, your Zooms, your offices, on your wherever you listen to your podcasts. Maybe not wherever, but you can always find it on In Touch News and on YouTube and on all of our Facebook pages. Catch the show that will be all up in your business. This is Cheryl J. Cousseau saying it's a wrap. It's our anniversary. Thank you, DJ CEO. It's our anniversary. Thanks, Aldiva, for staying in.